Taurus, welcome to a life path reading for September 2020. It's Raina here. This is kind of like a little twist on the, the monthly readings where I'm using a slightly different spread and just kind of looking at things more philosophically, but really it hasn't been much different than my normal monthly readings. Just mixing it up a little bit. Based on where my viewfinder is here, I guess I'm not really in the right. I know this probably looks kind of crooked because of it's just the way my camera is. I could go like this. I think I can go like this, and then it looks more centered. Okay, and you can't see the bottom cards, I guess. I'll hold them up. I can't do it. Okay, I'm going to bring these two cards up. The first thing I thought, looking at the past position, is that we have two cards that are so associated with authority figures. But now that I think about it, it could be more something that you have decided to do within yourself to be able to deal with a particular situation. And of course, I do keep this very open-ended so that it can apply to as many people as possible. The King of Swords is like really keeping your emotions at bay and trying to employ logic and trying to, whether you're employing logic about a certain situation or if emotions come up, that you kind of intellectualize them. Now, of course, there's always the if it is you, there's always like that danger that you are, not feeling something that you should feel because you're so bent on, trying to make sense out of it and things like that. Because feeling something emotionally has a purging effect, a cleansing effect, because that's what processing is. Doing everything in your head, it doesn't work that way. If you have a lot of Gemini, like Mercury in Gemini, Venus and Mars, but even like the moon in an air sign, Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra, this is something that will come naturally to you to kind of analyze your emotions. Even being an earth sign, you're not coming from emotion. So that's something that is attractive to you, but even people who are earth signs, they feel, and feeling is not wrong, and it is part of life. There are people, I have read online comments where people said, I haven't cried in 8 years, I haven't done that, and I think, wow, how can that possibly be? Because it's not even, it is what it is, but I'm just saying that crying seems to me to be a natural state. Not all the time, but even if it's like some cheesy movie or something. So anyway, so it can be, even in the upright position, it can still be somebody who is like maybe avoiding their emotions, but maybe it's for a good reason, because there's somebody in your life who is really, wreaking havoc on your emotions. And then the Emperor is a card associated with Aries. It has like that control, it's law and order. Could be somebody in the military, could be somebody, it's a father archetype. So if your father was, sick or something like that, and you had to really you had to get your emotions under control because you're very emotionally attached to that person, that could have, made you feel that way. But I would say that this might even be like a boss situation, because I'm getting other cards here that have like a business and money feel to them. So what I'm thinking of is the King of Swords. If this was your boss, and if I'm going to say he, just because it has the masculine attachment to it. If he was the kind of person who, or is the kind of person who doesn't give you praise, then that may have created a rift or insecurity within yourself. There's also this Emperor card. Now, whether this is you or this person, and just kind of like more description of this situation, this person may want things run the way they want it, and they're not willing to listen to any kind of back talk or suggestions even. I remember one time I was working in the school, and the principal was talking about some issue, and I said, well, maybe what you could do is this. And she goes, I don't have to do anything. I mean, she took that kind of thing. And I was like, because I was talking to her as an equal, and I was just supposed to be a peasant, because I was a teacher's assistant. I wasn't even a teacher. So I really saw the pecking orders that can exist in the workplace. Where people feel like there are certain things that you can't do, and I've never really observed those. And I think I always have felt like, okay, I am your equal. I don't have, just because I'm doing this job that pays less and has less status doesn't mean that I feel like I'm a peon. And yet, that's how I was supposed to act and think of myself as. So the same thing may apply to you. There's a very strong authoritarian streak with the Emperor. And so with the King of Swords, it's like they may be insensitive. The management, the upper, what we call the suits, they may be not willing to listen to you. I'm trying to think of if this is a personal situation, how would this play out? Well, if you're with somebody, if you have a personal relationship with someone, and they are doing the same thing, they don't really give you any kind of, they never pay you compliments. And a Taurus person, does a Taurus person need to have a bunch of compliments? I don't think so. I don't think you're needy of compliments. I think that as a human being, and you're in a close relationship with somebody, that you would like to feel like that person admires certain qualities of you. And so I don't think that there's anything wrong with expecting that from time to time. And the thing that is very interesting is because this just popped in my head, and I was thinking of you as a Taurus, is that if you're the kind of Taurus that does expect gifts, think about that for a second. Do you really want a gift over somebody who says I love you, and you feel that they really mean it, or that they say you're such a good this, you're so good at that, who really sees the good in you? There's nothing material that will ever make up for that. And I think on the subconscious level, a lot of people who are looking for gifts are really looking for affection, not sex, not somebody who is lusting after them, but somebody who really cares for them, cares for that part of themselves that is more at the higher level. Okay, so the two cards that are for the present time, one is the Knight of Cups, which is an offer of love. So coming below the Knight of Swords, it's like a very stark contrast. Now, the Knight is a more youthful energy. It doesn't have to be immature. Sometimes the King might be older than their years, but not necessarily wiser. They might be somebody who is very, they've lost their inner child. They're not playful. They're just kind of in that authority mode more than they are, caring about being just having fun with life even. And so this could be like a job offer that is coming from a good place. And also I got the Three of Pentacles, which is a card, the Architect's card, which is like where you can build a life with this person or with this company. And this is also a card, the Three of Pentacles, which is good for money, but it's also good for co-workers that, you're all in it together. So you see those top two cards, and there's that those authority figures. And then you have a card like the Three of Pentacles. So it's a real different type of thing going on, where it might be that you feel this sense of a workplace where everyone, it's like kind of like, what do they call those? I was going to say cooperative. I think that's the name of it, where the workers are the owners. I'm not saying that that is what is exactly happening here, but it might be something like that, because I'm thinking, God, it's like getting away from that authority that's so stifling and doesn't give you any kind of respect as an individual. And for love relationships, same thing, like a romantic partner versus this kind of like a controlling partner. And the outcome is the Seven of Pentacles. This is the Farmer's card. Looking to see what is going, whether or not it's worth it, whether or not it's taking root, or more than taking root, but that it's actually is a productive thing that you're doing. So it's kind of like wait and see approach versus, having patience. You also got your card, the Empress, which I like as well, because this is about love. This is about creativity. This is about abundance, and the Three of Pentacles, the number 3, card of abundance. So it's very good for Taurus, because, and I would say, since it's in that row of the Emperor, the more that you can take control of your life so that no outer authority can do so, that's your path to freedom, Taurus. So that's awesome. Okay, well, I hope that you enjoyed this, and I'm promoting an offer of full-length tarot reading, but also full-length natal chart interpretation, astrology, with transits of the coming 12 months for a special price. It's called the Whole Enchilada, and I have other types of readings. Follow the link below for them. Take care. Bye.